Okay, so originally I was going to do like a whole ass video where I do go bit by bit into why I really didn't like Stranger Things season 5. But I kind of just feel like everybody has been saying what I've been thinking. Like I don't really have that much to offer to the table. So all I really say is son of a bitch. I honestly wasn't obsessed with this show. Like luckily it's not like a Game of Thrones type thing where I like loved it up until the last few seasons to last season. I I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened, but the Duffer Brothers, they kind of just completely forgot how to write a good show at the very end right there during the last season. And honestly, I have no respect for them because they came onto social media and they were like, "Oh, so many people are going to die. Big things are going to happen this season." And then fucking no one died. No one died. No one. Not a soul. Nobody. I'm exaggerating, of course, but like literally they didn't have the balls to kill anyone, and then apart from that they had to do like 3 to 4 fake out deaths where I could see it coming from a mile away that okay, yeah, they're building this emotional moment up, like for instance with Jonathan and Nancy, right, when they're in the Bukake room, like okay, they're gonna die right now, right, but then it's gonna stop at the last second, and then it does, like the thing is rising and then it stops right at the end, right where the table is at, and then it solidifies. What are the properties of this thing? How does the fucking the black hole antimatter bullshit thing, like what, how does that work? Who knows? Honestly, who knows? Um but that felt weird. And what else? They sacrificed 11 at the end only to go, "Oh, but maybe she is still alive." Hey. And usually I like those kinds of things, those like open-ended endings where you can interpret it in various ways. But if you're literally going to show me footage of her still out there, right? And like have it be to where like that could have just been in Will's head or Mike's head or whoever, that could have not been real, or it is real, but this is the end of the show anyways, so like fuck you anyways. Like no, fuck you. And then you're gonna come and you're gonna have the little kids come in and they're like the new Stranger Things gang because they're getting the Dungeons and Dragons game started. Like it could have been such a heartfelt, like good closing of the book for the show, and it doesn't feel that way because it doesn't feel earned. This final season was so bloated and convoluted, and they wanted every character to have the spotlight. And like I'm just gonna say it, man, I'm sorry, but like the acting went down like this. Like the only real like good acting that I honestly saw came from um Nancy. Nancy was my favorite. Like she had my favorite performance. Everyone else felt so forced, and no shade towards the actors or actresses at all. I know that it's the fault of the directors because they don't know how to fucking direct, it seems. I don't know what happened. You're gonna create this show, and the first few seasons were peak. Season 1 at least was peak, and then it just and then it just turns into this. Okay. Like the Mind Flayer, man. The Mind Flayer was built up to be this eldritch horror, like creature from your worst nightmares, and then it just turns out to be some generic like animalistic bullshit spider thing where like if someone goes, "Hey, over here," it just blindly goes, "Oh," and then like they bonk it on the head and it dies. Okay, cool. What else? Like it just felt like I didn't necessarily think that characters were assassinated, so to speak, but it did feel like whatever characters there were to each and every character were boiled down to some one-dimensional bullshit. Because the fighting between um, Dustin and is it Henry? No, Steve. The fighting between Dustin and Steve felt so fucking forced. And even if one of them or both of them had a point or whatever, it's very obvious that they just wanted them to fight so that at the very end, like the second to last episode, they can have their moment where Dustin goes, I can't lose you too. Like, you are my best friend. It's like, y'all could have written a better dynamic and still had that work. Like, y'all could have not had them fight the entire fucking season for, like, that was just bullshit to me, if I'm being honest. And what is it, Will? No, Mike's coming out scene could have been handled a lot better. Like, I stan gay characters, I stan non-straight LGBT, trans representation and all of that, but that should have honestly been like a personal scene between him and Will, since it is Will that he had a crush on, right? So it either should have just been between them two, or him and his mom, or him and like the gang, or just a few people. But for him to get like the entire crew, Hopper and fucking what's his face? The Vsauce looking motherfucker. I forgot. And then also the one with the cute nickname, I forgot. He's the teddy bear looking. He looks like a big old teddy bear. Snookums. I think Snookums was in the room as well. Everyone and their mother was in the room. Why? That felt so weird and forced. It's stuff like that where I'm like, they just forgot how to write. It feels very much so like the entire season is built upon like, oh my gosh, this happened, and therefore that means that this is going to happen, so we have to do this, and everything is planning, and everything is hyping it up, everything is going, oh my god, this is the most intense thing ever, you guys, this is insane, but it doesn't feel real. It just feels like I'm being told how to feel instead of allowing me to feel whatever it is I feel. And what I feel is just, wow, damn, this show went really downhill. Because honestly, dude, like, if you're going to have a scene where like 3 different characters are all going to die at the same time at the hands of Demogorgons, but then you cut away to something else, I can already tell that, okay, someone's going to come in to save the day. What's going to happen? Oh, okay, what is it, Mike? Will? I always mix them up. One of them two, oh, it turns out they have powers as well. They have, like, the gang literally calls them, we have our second 11, or we have 11-2, and it's like, that's it? Everything is in reference to 11, like, what's his face? I forgot his name, but, my man, Max's boyfriend. Like, he doesn't exist without Max. His character is not anybody without Max. And that kind of annoyed me. Like, they couldn't have just written a character. He had to be the one attached to Max. Max, for the most part, was a good character, I would say. I just also kind of think that it's bullshit that Holly found the, exit, I think? The, hole in the ground. And Max said, oh, I've trudged through every inch of this place. And it's literally not even that far from the cave, is the thing. Like, if you had done it miles and miles and miles away from the cave, then I could be like, okay, yeah, Holly found the thing. But it's literally, right there. It's like a few 100 feet away from the cave, not even half a mile away. Maybe an entire half mile away, at max. It's those things where I'm like, for real? Like, on God? Okay. And then, what else? I liked at first that Henry was portrayed to be the victim when they finally show his flashback and how Vecna got in his head and all that shit. And I honestly kind of do respect that he went the he's too far gone route. That he's like humanity is just too rotten. Vecna's right. That's why I'm on his side no matter what. They didn't turn it into a we have to save him too type of thing, which I honestly would have liked as well, but I honestly kind of liked that. I liked that they did that they went that direction with him. But the way that Vecna dies was honestly so fucking anticlimactic. Like, first of all, you have everyone surrounding him, and it just feels like they're being directed, okay, stand right here and react to what's happening, but not in any dynamic way, not in any interesting way. It feels like they're on a set. it feels like they're just Disney Channel acting to some person who's pretending to have their head caved in by, you know, Joyce. Which I do think that Joyce was the appropriate person to kill Vecna. But like I said, the way that they killed him and the way that they just kept showing everyone's reactions to him being killed, it's like, this is very uninteresting and boring. And it's like, I expected more from Vecna. Vecna's a fucking stupid ass villain too, by the way. He lets Will's the one that gets the powers, right? I'm just gonna say it's Will. Like, he lets Will live, knowing that he's like the only threat that he could possibly face in the future. And you're just gonna let him live? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's gonna make me care about you and your motivations and the story. Like, get out of here, man. I was gonna make like a longer video on this a while back, but I honestly just lost so much interest in doing so. Like, the show fell off for me. And for a lot of people too, because no one is talking about it anymore. Some people are, right? But they're talking about like the younger seasons, the earlier seasons. No one's talking about this season. Everyone's like, yeah, we're not going to talk about season 5. Everyone that I've talked to about season 5, they're like, yeah. And then like some people that I know that you can put anything in front of them and they'll go, it's the best thing of all time. Of course, they're like, oh yeah, season 5 was good. Like, I don't care. I'm not going to jump down their throat or say that they're wrong. Like, it's okay to be wrong, but I'm not going to say that they're wrong. Everyone has the right to their own opinion, you know? If you do genuinely like season 5, it's okay to like garbage. I mean, that's fine. And I'm also not the arbiter of what constitutes good art or bad art. Don't let anyone ever take that away from you. If you like a certain piece of art, if someone else says that it's trash and you like it, why would you let them take that away from you, you know? So that's my TED Talk review for season 5 of Stranger Things. Not much else to say. I just really, what a disappointment this was. Probably going to watch season 1 just to get the bad taste out of my mouth, but not really interested in revisiting this show anytime soon. Peace and love, y'all.